Hello,
Hi there.
and welcome to our Texas Chainsaw Massacre Marathon reviews.
Yeah.
We're on to the third one now.
1990.
1990, wow.
So 4 years after the second one.
4 years after the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have...
That's 86. So 74, 86, 90.
Oh, wow. I have never seen this one.
I think I have. This. Well, I mean, we saw it obviously together.
We've now seen it.
But I think I saw it one other time before. I'm not positive, but based on the fact that I saw it now, I think I did once. So I don't know. This isn't the most memorable one. Now that we've done all the movies together, it's not the most memorable one.
Yeah, I can't really remember the movie.
It's all right. I do remember that it's like it does the same thing that all the other ones did so far. So far, all the movies have like the title cards. I think they do that up until like the the 3D. No, up until 3D, because I think 3D is the first one where it doesn't have a title card.
Yeah.
So yeah, up until the 3D, we all have like title cards and all the openings.
So this one's narrated at the beginning, of course.
Yes, it's narrated. They talk about Sally again, because Sally's a famous bitch.
And apparently we forget what happened in number 2.
No disrespect to Sally. Yeah, we don't hear about number 2 at all. Yeah, no.
No, number 2. This one goes back to
the roots, kind of.
A more darker
tone,
yes.
It does. Leatherface is kind of different here, but also really brutal again in its own way.
Yeah.
There's a brutal vibe about this one again. It's just different than the last one. One thing I'd like to point out too is that I feel like every movie up until the 4th movie, the grandpa dude seems like he ages less and like he ages backwards. I don't know. I feel like because people argue like 1 through 4 are all part of the same timeline, because after 2 it's like, does Leatherface die? Does he not die? But like some people say he does, because it's like it's 3, 1, 2, 3, and then
the return.
Yeah. Because it's like Roman numerals 3, like 2 is part 2. So I don't know, but they like, I don't know. It seems like the grandpa in the first one was like practically like a corpse. Like it was like a barely moving corpse.
He was dead, I thought.
He was alive.
Oh.
Just barely not alive. And then the second
one, he's like, they're trying to
kind of alive, but kind of more alive.
But
he's more alive. But he's more like younger looking, not like a lot. And this one, he's even younger looking. And then Next Generation, he's even younger looking. And they're all played by different actors, of course. And like in the first one, there's there's a lot of makeup.
And the actors seemed, as we go into the franchise, minus the first one, it seems like the actors become more famous.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Because you have Dennis Hopper and Caroline Williams in the second one. Oh, and Bill Moseley.
Yeah.
And in the third one, we get Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, and I think there's two different Leatherface actors listed online. I don't know which one is actually accurate, or if they're both accurate for different things, but it's lists that Kane Hodder is actually one of the Leatherfaces in this movie. I'm not sure if he actually is or not. But yeah, so there's...
And some dude named R.A. Miloff?
Miloff.
I
think it was Miloff, you just spelled it wrong there.
We just hacked that up.
But yeah, well, you hacked it up.
Yeah. But there was another actor that I recognized in this movie, William Butler. You'd have to see his face, but he played Michael in Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood.
That's right. That's who that
was. The cousin that got hung in the tree or whatever. Or not hung in the tree, but he was dead. He played the cute guy's cousin. Remember the main dude, Kevin Blair? He was there for his Michael's birthday party, surprise birthday party.
Oh, right.
And he's the one that never showed up. Him and his girlfriend died in the woods.
Yeah. Okay, I remember who it is. Okay,
he dies in this one too.
That's right. Yes, he does.
Yep. And then you have the really talented. Was his name Ken Foree?
Ken Foree.
From the original. He was in both Dawn of the Dead.
Nice.
And Halloween.
Who are you playing Halloween?
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh, okay. I've seen that one. I've seen it enough times, just less times than the other ones.
And then Devil's Rejects.
I think I've seen Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 the least amount of times, probably of all the movies.
Yeah.
But I've seen all the Halloweens. Halloween's a franchise is like a franchise I'm very, very familiar with.
But yeah, back to Leatherface.
Back to Leatherface in this movie.
The kills were kind of brutal.
Because they're brutal. There's a scene that really started some more, not just violence, but also just much more brutality and just not just the kills, but also just the overall attacks and stuff like that. Like there's a one who her hands are nailed to a chair.
Her hands were nailed to the chair.
I don't know if they're nails, but they're like some sort of.
They're like railroad nails.
Yeah.
Like those fucking.
Like yes, some sort of stakes or poles or like those little I don't know if
metal stakes.
I forget what they're looking exactly, but there's some sort of things or like metal things are like her hands are like embedded to the chair.
Wow.
And she has to pull her hands out of there and escape. We get a pretty decent brutal Texas chainsaw kill with the chainsaw out by the tree with this girl who's like screaming as she's being chainsawed. And in the past, not a lot of the kills were on screen. This one has a little bit more on screen stuff. Yeah. I will say 2 is more gross, like in the sense that like there's like all that meat and like people's faces are like people are alive with their faces off and stuff like that. But this one is a lot more, not like just bloody per se, but just more like on screen with a lot of its kills.
In this one, we get this cool ass chainsaw too that says "This saw is family."
It doesn't say that in the movie.
Yeah, it does.
Did it actually?
It did. Yes, I remember it. Because Viggo Mortensen unveiled it for him. And he had this cool ass chainsaw. Like, it's never shown in any other movies, but like this cool ass chainsaw, like, that has this lettering.
I did not remember that.
Yeah, it's on the side of the chainsaw.
I should not remember. I have to watch now. And I have to watch that 3rd time.
We're going to have to watch it again.
Well,
because we can't remember.
Yeah, I can't. I just remember
this one we can't remember.
Well, in every movie, too, it's important to note that, well, maybe it's partially because Leatherface makes different faces. I mean, also in the remake franchise, they show it more. But basically, Leatherface, his masks, if you weren't aware, are actually human skin. They're based off a guy. I think we covered that in the first one. We were talking about that. But it's loosely based on a guy who he didn't really wear people's faces, which is actually really gross to talk about in a real sense. But he did actually use...
Yummy.
I think he did actually do something with human corpses. I forget what. But he did some pretty nasty shit, I think, with human corpses, if I remember correctly, though. So, yeah, so Leatherface, and, like, his name changes in different canons, too, like, depending on what, like, lore you're going by, but, like, because sometimes, like, his first and last name changes, but Leatherface gets his, like, masks from actual human skin, so they kind of look different in every movie, and I feel like that's a very loose description of why it's always different, but his faces are different in this one, too.
Well, yeah, his faces are different. It's because he kills different people.
I'm just saying that. I'm not, but people probably couldn't figure it out. But also, some more clear. I feel like also I think it was more clear to me that too once I saw the reboot movies, because that was like the first time we actually saw people's faces being used.
Yeah.
Like people that were actually in the friend groups and stuff like that. Whereas in these movies, he never uses the faces of people that are actually in the friend groups just yet. But, like, yeah. This is actually kind of a cool poster. It's sort of like punk. Yeah. With the red lighting and stuff. It almost kind of gives me Terminator 2 Judgment Day vibes. Yeah, it gives me, like, Terminator 2 Judgment Day vibes in the poster. But, yeah, good movie. Neutral. Check it out.
Check it out, like and follow for more. We're on to the next generation or the return.
Odd times, so till next time.
Bye.
Bye.